Yo, what's up, Turn 5? Yo, have you guys liked, commented, and subscribed yet? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Let's go!
If only the store was open.
I know. Well, might as well try the handle.
All right, we've been lucky before. Oh, what in the world?
Look at this GTI!
I can't believe how similar yet different this thing looks. This is yours. Awkward high five.
Yeah.
Can't believe this is the new GTI.
This thing's super cool.
I love.
Guys, we're close, man.
Oh,
Oh, it's the Turn 5 boys!
hey.
Oh, what's going on, man?
You got some time for
How'd
some?
you get in?
Well, the door was open.
Yeah, you left the door open.
You got some time for some poor YouTubers?
For the Turn 5 boys, always, even after hours. Let's get into this.
All right, here we go. 2022.
2022 GTI, finally here. We've been waiting forever for this thing to launch. The MK8s, we've been talking about them forever, dreaming about them forever. Now we finally get to put our hands on one, touch one, play with one. Not drive one yet, not yet, but at least we can give your audience a first look at what a 2022 GTI looks like. Super excited because a lot has changed on this thing since our previous models and even tax. So
I'm so excited. So, real quick, run us through the horsepower.
okay, so same 2.0 turbo that we all know and love, okay? Only difference between this is now it's geared a little bit different, tuned a little bit different, so we're pushing out 241 horsepower and 278 foot-pounds of torque. So that's a 13 horsepower increase from last time and a 15 torque increase from our previous models, which is very noticeable along with some other things that Volkswagen did to this. Biggest thing about this that I can say that is super exciting for anybody who loves these things, it's out of Pueblo, it's back to Wolfsburg, back home, being made where it should be made, right next to its brother, the Golf R. At any one point in time, the new computer system that's in this can make up to 200 modifications per second to make sure that all the traction is where it's supposed to be when you're going around the track, when you're going around a turn, when you're driving down the road normal. It really, they took this thing and they really turned it up.
I mean, that is amazing. I also read that the suspension is a little stiffer, whether it's just tuning or whether it's a different suspension.
With that same system, it takes that computer module and it really allows the suspension to really figure out where its place is. Instead of like on the old DCC, it would just kind of haphazardly do it.
Sure.
On this one, it's really clever, it's really smart, and it really, really adapts to how you drive the car.
Okay.
So that's going to be the big difference with this. The other huge difference outside of the horsepower is the subframe. The subframe was moved from a normal steel to aluminum, so it shaved 7 pounds off this vehicle from our models that we have.
Which is a lot, especially when you take into consideration the low horsepower bump, the torque bump, everything helps, right?
Yep.
It's like us going on a 10-pound battery. We'd be so much faster.
Absolutely. Cold start?
I suppose so.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think that's arguably almost better than your tuned GTI?
Oh yeah, it's better than my tuned GTI.
Yeah.
So a lot more of a deeper, throatier exhaust, which is something that this vehicle desperately needed. I love the exhaust in the old one, but it didn't really have that, hey, I'm here, I'm a GTI, I'm on the road. This, with this new exhaust, very happy for those true.
Oh, that got even better.
It got better.
Once it warmed up.
I mean, that's a Turn 5 exhaust right there.
Yeah.
From factory.
That is so much better. We're in the car.
We are in the car. Awkward high five.
Okay.
Oh, did I do it right?
No.
okay.
We're supposed to at least hit her.
Oh, dang, sorry.
Okay, so the first thing I noticed from the back before you guys get going with all your tech stuff up there that I really don't understand, these new seats with the built-in headrest.
Yep.
and this
Tritone pattern with the
with the
Clark
plaid interior.
Yep.
It's fantastic. I absolutely love the view from back here.
That is so weird.
Yep.
Just watching.
So all you do, you just touch it,
Touch.
it turns off,
Turns
touch
off.
it, turns back on.
Yep.
It's like magic, everybody.
The Autobahn will come with the leather seating surface. It will come. This one already comes standard with the heated seats, but the Autobahn will also have the ventilated seats as well as heated rear seats as well in the back, which is actually pretty cool for passengers riding.
What people have to realize is that with the GTI, it does everything very well.
Yes.
It doesn't
Yep.
do any one thing like perfectly.
Nope.
But it does. It's a grocery hauler. It's
Yeah.
a speed demon. It's a canyon carver. It's all those things that you want it to be. And you can be 70 or you can be 18.
Right.
And
For the average person that wants a fun, fast car that they still need to be able to drive on the road and do all this other stuff, this really is the perfect blend of practicality meets fun track sporty, because you can thrash this thing around the track if you absolutely want to. Have a hell of a day, then take it right to the grocery store, load it up with groceries, head home, park it in your garage, and enjoy the time with your family.
Right.
I mean, it really does make driving so much more fun. I mean, even from the previous model GTIs, that's one thing that they have always been very consistent about all the way through each generation, is making sure that they haven't lost the fun, they haven't lost the practicality of it, and made it a true enthusiast's car while still making it for everybody else as well.
I think we can both say every time we get in our GTIs, we're having fun.
Yep.
it's
Never
funny
a dull
because
moment.
I'm the odd man out here. I don't own a GTI myself.
Not yet.
And every time I'm in Tyler's or yours, Nick, I feel like it's a new experience every time.
Yep.
And I don't get that from other vehicles.
Yep.
And one thing that people really need to think about the 2022 GTI for is the new cycle assist,
Yep.
right? I mean, you used to have pedestrian assist, which that's
So
you know, everybody's got that, but not everybody cares about cyclists.
the front assist on the previous model Volkswagens outside of the Atlas was just mainly for cars. It was mainly for oncoming traffic, making sure you didn't hit anything. Now with the new front assist with the pedestrian monitoring and the cycle assist, it will also detect human beings as well, which is kind of important because you don't want to go full Mustang on this.
Yeah,
Right,
I feel like that's probably pretty valuable that you can detect that there's, life in front of you.
So there are no more Golfs. There is no more Alltracks. The only thing coming out of Germany now is the GTI,
the R.
and the R.
Yep, the three cars coming out of Germany right now are the GTI, the Golf R, and the Arteon.
Okay.
Everything else is kind of Chattanooga or Pueblo.
Sure. Rightfully so. And I might put you on the spot for a second here, and
Sure.
I kind of know the prices. And reminder, we are a semi-factual automotive
Yep,
YouTube channel.
I am
so
aware.
If we're a little off, like whatever. But you got the S, the SE, and the Autobahn.
Correct.
The S is shooting just at 30,000, right?
Yep, it'll hover anywhere between 30 and 32,000.
Okay. And then the SE, you're looking at like 32 to 36,000?
36,000, and then right around 39.40 for an
Okay.
Autobahn.
And as a bonus, the R, you're looking at another five-ish grand.
So there's been pricing here and there on the websites, VW Vortex. I haven't seen an official price on one, but one can imagine, just like old Golf R, it should hover probably somewhere around 44, 45,000.
I think my initial thought is that if you're not going to get an SE, if you want an Autobahn,
Make the jump to
probably
the
jumping up to the R makes
the jump to
sense
the R.
because you're getting your all-wheel drive,
Yep.
and you're not really spending that much more money. But if you want an SE, that's a real big decision, right? Because you save a bunch of money, but still get most of everything.
Right.
And the benefit of going from an Autobahn to an R is, horsepower.
Yeah, horsepower, all-wheel drive, drift mode, Nürburgring track mode.
Let's not forget about resale value.
Resale value
I think on
is
a
gonna
Golf
be
R,
huge.
you're saving a resale value.
I think with this, you'll see similar, because this is going to be very, very limited.
One thing that's big difference between the Mark 7 and the Mark 8 is the haptics.
Yep.
So I myself like knobs and buttons.
Yep.
That was my initial impression coming in here, and then spending a couple minutes with the systems in here, I'm kind of changing my tune.
Yep.
So just like on the ID4, pretty much everything is like
The
swipe.
Infotainment system completely the same as the ID4.
Right. So
You
Ty, show them
have-
how to like open the sunroof.
So here is the light, and there's a swipe that's right in between that now you can see.
So that's-
and now the sunroof is opening.
That's pretty much everything, and I do like it, and it's pretty responsive. The only thing, like Nick mentioned, the only way to adjust the fan speed is through the infotainment center.
Yeah.
Which you get used to, right?
Right.
But it's just different.
So you'll notice right off the bat, this is completely seamless. I love the way it looks. I love how sleek it is. I love how comfortable it is. It's still your classic Volkswagen, easy to use. Everything's laid out properly. You'll have to do a little bit more explaining than you would now because there are some certain things like the slide touch to either touch to lower your heat or your air conditioning. Same with your volume controls as well. But yeah, Chris, you were right. There are no button components to fiddle with your climate control outside of the heating. To do that, you would have to click on the climate button. It would bring you to this screen where you'll be able to pick and choose what you want to do from there. It's going to take a little bit to get used to, but I think once you do it every day, like you said, you won't miss a beat on it because it's just simple. It's easy.
And it's very responsive.
It is. It is. I like that they integrated the motion control in it. Volkswagen, I don't know why you wouldn't be watching, but if you id, can you make up and down, please? That would be nice as well.
Did you notice that it makes a swipe noise when
Yes.
you wave your arm? That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Are you saying, Nick, that the Volkswagen Auto Group does not watch our YouTube channel?
I think they do. I don't know why they
pretty
wouldn't.
sure that they
I
do.
don't know why they
We're
wouldn't.
keeping this on record right here that they watch us.
All right, the other thing that I really like is the seamless integration and aesthetics of the HVAC
Yep.
blower shadoodles.
My favorite part about this is I changed this, and it just changes the fan or the vent angle, but it doesn't change the front piece, so it doesn't actually change the way it
Just changes
looks.
the angle, which would be really annoying if they did that. I'm glad they thought about it because they're learning. They're learning a little bit. Onto the steering wheel, I absolutely love it. I love how everything here is very easily laid out. You have your controls here to control your screen and to do your pre-selects. You have your heated steering wheel button. You have your button to do your voice assist. You can change views on the digital cockpit, which is nice. That digital cockpit is coming standard on all GTI models, from S to Autobahn, which is really nice. It kind of gives a little bit of good taste in everybody's mouth for people that can afford the Autobahn package, but still move to the S. You'll still have all this stuff. What I like is everything has a vibration response too. When you touch it, if you can hear it, you can hear a little. I'm not going to talk. You can almost hear like a button click, which is really cool. And then just like on the radio too, you have your slide functions as well too on the steering wheel, which is really nice. It's really sleek. It's really clean. It's modern. It's classic. You have the classic VW emblem in the middle, which is outstanding.
Let's go outside one more time because I want to see the one detail I like the most. I'm pretty sure it's on the inside of this, but I want to see on the outside just one more view before I let you guys know what I find to be my favorite thing. I would be amiss
If it wasn't time for the Tyler test.
Let's check it out. How many Tylers fit in the back of a 2022 Golf GTI?
This isn't looking good. It's very small. Maybe one. If you need to carry one person in the trunk, you can do it.
I think if I cut off your head.
Oh yeah, easy.
So
no problem.
do we call it a 7/8? It fits 7/8 of a Tyler?
Yeah.
All right.
7/8 of a Tyler.
So let's go ahead and think about our final thoughts. So this is a little bit different because we got an added member. I'm going to sink down because my camera work is a little bit wonky, right? The thing that I like the most about the 2022 GTI, and there's a lot of things, is what made me fall in love with your first GTI.
Which was?
When I saw it on the parking lot, the thing I fell in love with was the plaid seats.
Okay.
These seats are your first seats times 10.
Yep.
Because they got the built-in headrest and it looks like a real sports car seat. I mean, it's phenomenal.
My favorite thing is also the seats because of that, but I also really, really, really like the new front fascia because I can't have the same one as you.
Right. All right, Nick, what do you got? You spent some time on this thing.
Final thoughts, especially because out of the three, sorry, but I'm the only one that's driven it, is the drive functionality of it. It really does handle a lot better than the previous model GTI. The horsepower increase, the weight reduction, the super smart computer that allows the VAQ and the front differential to kind of go what it's supposed to be doing. It really turned this thing into what I expected it to be.
Sure.
I was a little nervous, but Volkswagen in the end always came through. So just appearance and performance, how could you not?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
You've driven my car.
Yep.
Which is tuned, and they all know it's tuned, and they saw us laugh like little schoolgirls after we tuned it.
Yep.
Would you say you'd get the same feeling out of this?
Better.
Better.
Better. Yeah, because from the factory, I love tunes, I love tuning things.
But the factory didn't do it, right?
The factory didn't do it. So the thing with this versus yours is it can put every ounce of the power down to the road as it is supposed to be intended. When you tune and you don't do all the necessary steps to do it, you get wheel spin, you get slow starts, you get 7.6 0 to 60 times. But with
I feel like that was an attack at my
What?
soul. You're just coming right in with the dagger.
But with this, it's intended the way it's going to be done. Now, do I suggest people tune this? Absolutely. I'm excited to see what APR is going to do with this. I'm excited to see what integrated engineering is going to do with this because they have more to play with.
Right.
They effectively have MK7 slightly detuned Golf R to play with, and this is going to be something.
Well, here's the deal. If you're a fan of the hot hatch, if you're a fan of the GTI,
If you're a fan of manuals,
you're gonna have to at least go check it out. But this is gonna be a turn 5 first. We're gonna do a triple awkward high five. I mean, that's insane.
There it was. That was super awkward.
that's the awkward level.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for always staying with us for whatever reason you guys do.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Go see him at Volkswagen of Duluth.
Yeah.
We will leave a bunch of links, well, not a bunch, the link to Volkswagen
link.
of Duluth. We'll leave Nick's name down there, and we would love it if you come and take a look with him if you're in this area within a couple hundred miles.
Absolutely.
Nick's always taking care of us. He will take care of you as long as you say that, you know,
And if Turn 5 cents you, remember, you get $3 off.
Yes.
I will honor the $3 off from turn 5.
Yeah.
Also, in kind of closing with this, make sure you guys are staying tuned because come spring, I ordered a GTI myself, Autobahn, that will be here hopefully April or May. And of course, in true turn 5 fashion with these boys, obviously I'm going to let them drive it, so we'll do a full performance, handling, functionality test then.
I'm glad that we broke into the Volkswagen dealership tonight.
I am too.
Now we're close, get out.
All right, I guess we're leaving.
All right, bye.